Okay, Assalamu alaikum and a very good day. My name is Abdul Azim Asfar bin Alias with the student ID of PPP 223051 in the program of the Fast Track PhD, Doctor of Philosophy, in the Faculty of Social Science with Education, Sport Science. Okay, so let's go for my research ideas online presentation. First of all, I would like to go to my background of study. So actually, the performance of athletes, trainees, and students under pressure has been a popular topic of research nowadays. So according to the past literatures, these are the some of the points that I've gathered. The first one is athletes' performance is generally significantly better when they are trained to be less anxious. However, the number two, some studies imply that athletes perform more accurately when their anxiety levels are high. These results have inspired great interest in many studies to investigate the efficacy of using a pre-performance routine (PPR) to lower anxiety levels. The use of proper stress inducer, adequate PPR timing, the suitable participants' performance assessment, and the precise measurement of anxiety level are the gaps from the previous research that may be addressed. So, see for the research objectives that I've listed. The first one is to investigate brainwave response towards stimulation during high competitive game. Okay, the second one is to invent an effective pre-performance routine, which is to reduce or stabilize the athlete's anxiety during the high competitive game. And the third one is to compare the performance of the pre and post results of the controlled and intervention groups. So the intervention groups are the subjects that we are going to induce with the pre-performance routine. Okay. So we go to the research questions. The first questions is what are the most effective pre-performance routine that can be performed by athletes to reduce their anxiety during high competitive game. The second one is how does the use of EEG monitoring can improve the athlete's sports performance. How can we maximize the use of EEG in sports in the sports field, okay, to improve sports performance. And the third one is how does the brainwave response differ when athletes are exposed under pressure during tennis serve? So we can see the difference in the brainwave of the subjects, the athletes that we are going to test. Okay, we can see whether there are any response or any response during we give them some sort of pressure. All right, so next one we go to the methodology. First of all, we are going to conduct this research experimentally. So these are my population for the experiment. The study is conducted with 29 advanced tennis players of Sukma Johor, which will be divided into 14 athletes of the controlled group and 15 athletes to the intervention group. So instrumentation that we are going to use is the EEG, electroencephalography, and the data analysis will be analyzed by using the ANOVA test. So are the references that I've been referred all along in order to do my research online. So we can see I've listed 12 of them. The first one, so here are the mix of journals and articles that I've read. First one is the effects of high and low anxiety training on the anticipation judgments of elite performers. Okay, this is from the Journal of Sport and Exercise Psychology, 2016. So the next one is the development of maintenance of mental toughness, perceptions of elite performer by the Journal of Sport Science, 2008. And the third one is from the Journal of Coping with Acute Stress in the Military, Influence of Coping Style, Coping Self-Efficacy and Appraisal Emotions, Personality and Individual Difference. The fourth one is adding emotional stresses to training in simulated cardiopulmonary arrest, participant performance by the Medical Education Journal. Okay, the next one is the non-automated pre-performance routine in tennis and intervention study from the Journal of Applied Sports Psychology. Okay, the number 6, the practice with anxiety improves performance, but only when anxious. Evidence for the specificity of practice hypothesis by the psychological research. Okay, the next one is the impact of simulated stress training program on the tactical shooting performance of SWAT trainees by the Research Quarterly for Exercise and Sport. And then number 8, stress training performance during a stressful flight from the Journal of Human Factors. Okay, the last 3, which is the effectiveness of pre-performance routines in sports, a meta-analysis by the International Review of Sport and Exercise Psychology. The effect of manipulating training demands and consequences on experiences of pressure in elite netball by the Journal of Applied Sport Psychology, 2017. And last but not least, which I refer from my EEG, how to use the EEG and how to apply the EEG system in sports. So by the Journal of Wireless EEG System for Sport Science, Quantitative Analysis of Movement. This is from the proceedings of 2027 IEEE International Conference on Behavioral and Social Computing, 2020. Okay, so that's it from me. Thank you so much. I'm looking forward for the feedbacks. I hope that I can do my research smoothly. Also looking forward for any advices and comments for my research ideas. Thank you so much, and Assalamualaikum. Goodbye.